So this is why we're here today, to learn how to make this cute little turkey. Hi there, my name is Sonia Boko and welcome back to my channel. So recently I was invited to do a balloon twisting workshop for beginners for a church group, and the pastor himself and family actually have come from America, and they very kindly have welcomed me to join them for Thanksgiving. And so this is in honor of that American tradition where you give thanks. Here in Australia, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, as of course it is an American custom, but given that I do have so many of my viewers in America, I am excited to share with you a design inspired by Thanksgiving or Turkey Day. And that's this cute little fellow. So I'm going to show with you step by step how to do this little fellow. But first, what I wanted to say was a big thank you for being here. Whether you've been around from the beginning or you're new to this channel, whether I know you in real life, thanks mum, or if we've never met before, I appreciate you being here and thank you for helping me to reach 1,000 subscribers. So in my previous video, I did mention that I was looking forward to doing a giveaway. To help celebrate this amazing milestone that I've reached, I have a giveaway for one of these very cute little Qualitex mascots right here. Now, a little bit of a story behind these. Back in 2018 at AusJam, one of Australia's prominent balloon twisting conventions, I was lucky enough to be the winner of not one but two different categories. One included the medium sculpture and the other was the best costume. And in regards to the costume, it was actually one that I made by myself, so it was quite the honor to win for that. And it was a new category. Something that you may not know about me is I love to sew, as if this here didn't give it away. But you might even see my little mini me back here that I made, and she actually is wearing a miniature version of that costume, so that's fun. Anyway, so the giveaway that I have for you is to take home one of these cuties. I'm going to pick which one of these two actually looks the best, and I'm going to send that to one lucky winner. And make sure you keep watching out for my videos. I'm going to do a video soon about how you can win one of these cuties for yourself. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you just how to make this cute little turkey. So to prepare this sweet turkey for Thanksgiving Day, you're going to need the following balloon recipe, and that is 2 6-inch mocha in the quick links. I've also gone ahead to use a couple of scrap 260s, also in the mocha brown. These are slightly different bubble sizes, as you'll see, but go for approximately a 3-finger bubbles width, and then you can tie those off. Feel free to remove that excess. And we also have a bit of scrap for the beak, so this is just approximately 2.5 inches or so, but we don't want it to be too long, but we also want to have a little bit of a tail when it comes to attaching it into our design. We also have 2 160s and use those in the colors of your choice for the tail. I'm going ahead to use the goldenrod and the wildberry, two of my favorites. And finally, we've got a 6-inch heart. So all these balloons, of course, are Qualitex because they're my favorite. We are going to go ahead to start with the turkey's head, and as always, I'm using my Legend to create this, but you may also do it with a hand pump similar to this one I have here. Go ahead to inflate one of the 6-inch mocha quick links. Here I've inflated it to approximately the size of my palm, and I am just going to tie that to the top. I've just given a little bit of slack there because soon I'm going to push that into the balloon. So let's pop that to one side. With your scrap, inflate it all the way to the end. You can then twist off a bubble, and while holding it in place, just let that air escape and just allow it to soften slightly. And I'm making this bubble about 4 fingers long there, just tying it off a bit closer to the end of the balloon as opposed to here and too close to the inflated part. What we're going to do with our 6-inch quick link is squish the air towards the nozzle, bring these two together, and if you've done an apple twist before, that is coming to the edge of the quick link, where it is there, that's actually not what we're doing today, but we are going to go for a point just slightly below. So using this finger here to push into that, I'm just going to twist that off. And what you can do is take this tail end of your quick link, wrapping it around the knife, and just passing it through and tying it place. And what you're left with is something that looks a bit like this. Kind of cute, kind of weird, kind of interesting, right? But let's keep going with the rest of the design. Taking your second quick link, inflating to approximately the same size, and what I'm going to do, instead of just tying that end off, I'm going to tie it to the other end. If you find it a bit easier, tie the knot first independently and then tie them together. Together. Now for this next bit you might find it a bit tricky, but I am going to take the nozzle here and I am going to take the end of the quick link here and I'm actually going to tie them together. Just doing a double knot and secure. If you've made it this far, well done. Now, I hope you aren't finding it too intimidating so far because we have done some slightly different things with the quick link, but I'm hoping you are getting excited to see the possibilities of what's there if this kind of style is new. For now, what I'd like you to do is pop that to the side and we're going to go ahead to inflate our 160 balloons. Just being generous with the amount of air I've put in here, I've left about an inch approximately uninflated. If you have a little agenda, what you can do is just actually tie them together instead of tying them independently, which is a little bit of a time saver. So for the turkey's fantail, what we're going to be using is the woven flower technique. Now, if you're not familiar with it, I'm going to just link up below my video on how to do the woven flower, so you can go ahead to watch that after this video if you need to become familiar with it. But I'm going to use these balloons that we've prepared to create the loops that are going to be the turkey tail. Here I'm creating my first loop, and just to give you my hand as a guide, I've got one loop. As I create the next loop, I'm going to make it just slightly bigger in size, and then I'm going to go back to the wild berry colour. I want to make it the same size I did for the goldenrod. And then finally doing one more loop, and this time in the goldenrod once more, and we want to make it the same size as the first bubble. Also, close enough is good enough. Don't think it has to be perfect because it'll still look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead to remove the yellow. Making sure to arrange your balloons so you have the alternating colours, and we have the smaller sizes, the larger sizes, and then the smaller size again. So be kind to yourself as you do this. Again, I do have that video which you can watch for further detailed instruction, but what I'm going to do is pull apart the goldenrod, and I'm just sliding that wild berry in between and onto the opposite side. This time, just brought the goldenrod further forward. Thank you. And finally, I've brought the wild berry in the front here, placed the goldenrod in the back, and we've got our fantail shape starting to come forward. So what you can go ahead to do is remove the end, and I'm just going to pop a knot in the end of that because I'm going to use that a bit later as the attachment point to my wrist. So going back to our little turkey. But seriously, you see what I see, don't you? I want to position it so we have the round part at the front we don't really want to have the quick link parts showing for us. So we're going to avoid as much as we can having the So position your, I nearly said duck. Position your turkey's head so it's facing forward, and we have the quick link and the nozzle just on either side of that. Positioning your turkey's head so that it is facing, so if you see here, you just want to have your turkey's head facing forward, and we've got the mechanics of the quick link just running backwards and forwards there. We are going to, using this hand, keep the pressure on one half of this quick link, and then with our other thumb and finger we are going to grip around there. Now, it may take a couple of tries to get it to just where you want it to be, but this we are going to add our tail in. Taking our tail and just ever so carefully introduce it. I'm going to pass it through one of the tail feathers. Then positioning it behind our bubbles. I'm going to go ahead to do a little bit of rearrangement here. So we've got our cute little turkey caboose at the back. So this here can actually be used to be looped around, brought back into that tail area, so it can go on the loose. However, you can also use an additional balloon if you don't have enough length to do that. So once we have plumped and prepared our turkey and hadn't gotten it to this point, we are going to add the wings. So I've removed the excess from the scraps, and I'm just going to take it and pass it under the head bubble. And just playing with the position until I think it looks just right. Now, I think the design also happens to look cute without those wings. So it is up to you whether you'd like to add that little extra dimension to it. So for this red heart, I've basically just got a bit of a puff in there because I don't want it to be inflated too much. And I am tying it off, rolling the knot back towards the nozzle end as I tighten it, and we're just going to pressure fit that in under the beak. Pulling it back, using your finger to pop it in. So you can go ahead to experiment by tying that red heart to the yellow beak scrap before you insert it into the balloon, but I like the look when I add it independently from there, and it's just pressure fitted in there and it shouldn't go too far. So to do the artwork, I've got my go-to, which is my black Pentel Maxi Flow marker, which is awesome for laying down the solid black color. I have my white Posca paint marker, which is brilliant for adding shine and those small touches to the balloons, and of course the faithful Sharpie, which is my preferred marker of choice for going on balloons. We're going to start with doing one of the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead to do my first eye here. Just done an oval, and I'm going to replicate it as closely as I can on the opposite side. Remember, you can start small and go bigger to try and match them up. So this is looking pretty good so far for two black ovals. Now I'm going to take my magenta Sharpie and I'm going to add some cheeks. more or less a right angle but slightly offset from the eye. Before layering your white Posca paint marker on top, make sure it's dry because you don't want to muddy up that white. So I've just gone ahead to do a white circle and followed by a white line, just following the curve of the eye. And repeating on the opposite side. What I do to almost every animal is give them eyebrows. I don't know why I forgot in this case, but we're going to offset them slightly from the eye. So I wouldn't call this a beginner design, more an advanced one. However, give it a thumbs up if you like the design. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment below. And if you're new here, why not join the community and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another video. So I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and don't forget to look out for that giveaway video where one lucky winner is going to win one of these Qualitex mascots, Mr. Q. Until next time, gobble till you wobble. Bye. Turkey day. Kapow, kapow. Gobble till you wobble. I always wanted to say that. Whatever. Anyway, recently I twisted. So to make the turkey, you're going to need the following balloon recipe. Recipe, get it? Earlier I prepared the wings of this turkey. I then basted them. Oh, that's funny. For this okay, I'm just going to start that again. So if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you don't want to miss another time. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I should stop recording. Filming is done.